BSNL team and the participants for the seminar presentation, Vartika, Priya Singh and Bhavna.
This is Vartika from BSNL Group, and the topic given to us is comparison between Indian economy and Chinese economy on the basis of labour market. The Chinese economy has been a hotly debated topic since years. India as well as China followed the closed economy system. In 1984, China opened its economy. Thereafter, in 1991, India liberalized all barriers against foreign trade, and both the countries took a step forward towards development. In the development process, labour market has played a significant role. We will be mainly focusing on the labour market parameter. There was a clear view of pathetic condition of labour in both the economies. Today, Chinese labour are still in bondage and cannot raise voice against it. Next, we have the policies for labour in India. India adopted various policies like child labour policies, women labour policies, employment policies, wages policies, etc. Under these policies, various acts were enacted like Equal Remuneration Act of 1976, Child Labour Regulation Act 1986, National Rural Employment Guarantee Act 2000 and Minimum Wages Act of 1948. China adopted policies for the development of women, labour and for the employment policies as well as mentioned in the Article 12, Article 13 and Article 15. Next we have the comparison on the basis of sectoral distribution. Due to implementation of various policies, there has been a diverse change of market structure in both the economies. India employs 54% in primary sector, whereas China employs 44.8%. India employs 28% in secondary sector, whereas China employs 23.8%. The tertiary sector of India employs 18%, whereas China employs 31.4%. Here is a graphical representation on the above mentioned table. India employs more in primary and secondary sector as compared to China, whereas China employs more in tertiary sector as compared to India. Next we have the market size in India and Chinese economy. In India and China, both the countries, the worker population ratio remained low. The reason behind it were lack of job opportunities, the low level of women participation, child labour, etc. Most importantly, China followed the capital-intensive method of production, due to which unemployment rate remained low in China. Next we have comparison on the basis of economic growth. China exports more of its goods, whereas India exports more of its services. The big bite. The crouching tiger, that is India, falling behind the rising dragon. India is the 11th largest economy, whereas China is the second largest economy. The GDP rate of India is $1.25 trillion, whereas of China is $4.99 trillion. The GDP growth rate of India is 6.7%, whereas China is 9.1%. The labour force of India is 523.5 million, whereas of China is 807.7 million. The unemployment rate of India is 6.8%, whereas China is 4.3%. Now the question arises, why is Chinese economy ahead of Indian economy? Well, the answer to this question is because China's success over India in attracting foreign direct investment, and China's growth rate is higher than that of India. Economists have predicted that India will be the #1 economy by 2020. The labour force, there will be an improvement in the labour force as well. The changes that would come in India by 2020 are as follows. The oil prices will float around $70 per barrel. GDP growth rate of India will be around 8.5%. The per capita income of India will be rupees 82,000 at current prices. The production of car will increase from 1.2 million to 6 million per year. There will be an increase in retail business from $300 billion to $600 billion. That was all from my side. Thank you.